Assalamu alaikum friends. Today we are back with our next video related to financial reporting series. We have been off for quite some time because I was busy in certain commitments. I hope that you guys are fine and taking good care of yourself and your families. In our today's video, we are going to discuss regulatory framework and presentation of financial statements with you. So stay tuned with us, listen to our video till the end. And if there is any question or any comments, you can always provide your feedback, and it is very valuable for us. Let me turn on the slideshow mode of the presentation. So friends, if you are an accountant and if you are required to prepare financial statements, then you are subject to certain regulatory framework which governs the reporting standards and the disclosures which are required to be made in the financial statement for the users to evaluate the information disclosed in the accounts and make decisions based on that information. If you are an accountant in Pakistan, then you need to know that SCCP is the body that regulates organizations in Pakistan, and it is the body that notifies the reporting standards which are applicable to Pakistan. The question is, who recommends the standards to SCCP? Institute of Chartered Accountant of Pakistan is the body that reviews and approves standards and recommends to SCCP for notification. Financial statements should be prepared in accordance with the financial reporting standards which have been approved and notified by SCCP. SCCP have disclosed the disclosure requirements in the 4th and 6th schedule of the Companies Act. 4th schedule is applicable on listed companies, and all other companies have to follow 5th schedule. So what are the few basic and key requirements of the 4th schedule? The key requirements are that you need to separately disclose revaluation surplus on property, plant and equipment, any long-term deposits, prepayments, unpaid dividend, unclaimed dividend, and cash and bank balances on the face of the financial statements. If any asset have been financed by the funds of the company but they are not in the name of the company, then the facts along with the reason need to be disclosed. Freehold and leasehold land need to be disclosed separately. In case an asset have been sold which have a book value more than 500,000, then a separate disclosure is required for that asset. Loans and advances to directors, related parties, and at terms which are not at arm's length should be disclosed separately from other loans. In case of debts recoverable from related party, all the terms, all the facts need to be disclosed. The maximum outstanding balance during the year, any write-off or provision and agings should be disclosed. Loans and advances to parties other than related party should be disclosed separately, terms along with terms of repayment, and if the loan exceed 1 million, the security against which the loan have been taken. Provision should be disclosed as a deduction from the gross amount, whether it relate to inventory or receivables or any other asset. Capital and revenue reserve need to be disclosed separately in accounts. Separately disclose payable to related parties. Separate disclosure of P-fund deposits, accruals, loans, and disclosure of related parties and third-party loans is required in financial statement. Only trade discount, sale tax, and other taxes that are attributable to sales can be deducted from the gross revenue. All other expenses need to be classified depending on the nature. Separate disclosure of donation is required if the amount to a single party exceeds 500,000 during the reporting year. Management assessment of tax liability and tax reconciliation for last 3 years need to be disclosed. Separate disclosure of remuneration of chief executive, directors, and executives along with their number is required. What is GAAP? GAAP is basically the general framework of concepts which is applied in the preparation of financial statement. We have already discussed with you the basic reporting concepts in our previous video. If you need to revise them, you can watch again that video. We have also shared the link of the presentation with you in the comment section of that video. Still, if there is any question, you can always get in touch with us. The IASB, which is the International Accounting Standard Board, which basically approves the International Financial Reporting Standard, have issued a separate document detailing gap, which is adopted by the body in the preparation of financial statements. In the preparation of financial reporting standards which are applicable in preparation of financial statements. What are the elements of financial statement? Elements of financial statement include assets, which are resources owned and controlled by a company, which will create inflow of economic benefit in future. Liability as a result of past event, which will result in outflow of economic benefit from the organization in future. Equity is the money of the owners invested in the business. Income is the revenue which is earned by the business. Expense is incurred in order to generate the revenue. So, if you need to recognize the transition in a financial statement, what is the basic criteria? The transition should fall under one of the elements which I have discussed with you in the previous slide. Economic benefits related to the transition should be probable, and the amount of the transition should be measurable reliably. If all these criteria are met, then a transition will be recognized in the financial statements. Sorry. So IAS 1 presentation of financial statements explains that a complete set includes statement of financial position as at the end of the reporting period, statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income for other gain and losses, statement of changes in equity, statement of cash flows, notes to the accounts, comparative information, and if an accounting policy have been changed with a retrospective impact, then the statement of financial position as at the start of the beginning of the previous reporting period for which comparative financial statement are disclosed. So friends, this is the end of our today's lecture. I hope that you will like our video, share your feedback with us, share our video with your friends, and subscribe so that you can automatically be notified whenever we upload a new video. We'll be sharing more content with you. Meanwhile, stay tuned with us. Take good care of yourself and your families. Enjoy your lives, as life is a blessing. Take care. Bye. Allah Hafiz.